Good morning, everybody. Am I audible? मेरे बात सुनाई दे रहा है?
Yes, sir.
Okay. We will wait for 2 minutes so that rest of the student could join, and then we will start the class. Okay, so let us start our classes. Already 18 people has joined. So first of all, a very good morning to everybody and a happy new year. Hope you are all well. There is a COVID outbreak now, so everybody must be very careful. Be at your home, be safe, don't go outside, and register yourself for the vaccination program. From 15 to 18, the vaccination program has started. Okay, so my name is Kaustubh Kanti Mundal. I will take your basic electronics class today, and I am from Bhumka Engineering College. And today we last before our break is on, that is our winter break, we have discussed about the full wave rectifier, and in that we have discussed about the peak inverse voltage, the applications and all the things. So anybody have any problem with that? Anybody? What we have studied in the last, let us give a recapitulation. Just a minute. I'll share you the slide. So you can see this. This was the last day's class we have discussed. We have discussed about the drawbacks. Can you see the share screen? Everybody, can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we have discussed about the drawbacks, and then we have discussed about the rectifier efficiency, full wave rectifier. In that we discussed about the center tap rectifier. Next we told about the working principle of that. So I think everybody has understand up to that portion the working principle of a full wave rectifier. Nobody any problem? Okay, so that is the actually our full wave rectifier and center tap full wave rectifier. So today we will discuss about our full wave bridge rectifier. So up to this I think nobody has some problem. कोई doubt है? Have anybody any doubt? I am not hearing any reply. Can you hear me? मुझे सुन सकते हो आप लोग?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So कोई doubt नहीं है?
No, sir.
Okay, okay. So let us start today's chapter, that is full wave bridge rectifier. So let us start today's chapter, full wave bridge rectifier. Just a second. So today is our 5th 01 2022. So today we will discuss about full wave bridge rectifier. So bridge rectifier uses four diodes which are connected across the secondary of the transformer. So let us draw the bridge rectifier first circuit of the bridge rectifier. So let us draw the circuit. This is the first diode. There is the resistance between them. This is the second diode. This is the third diode. And this is the fourth diode. And this is the resistance in between. Okay. And there is a okay. So let us name this is the AC mains. This is the AC mains. And that is 220 volt, 50 hertz. Okay. This is minus, this is plus. This is the output voltage VEO. This is the load resistors across the voltage RL. This is the first diode D1. This is the second diode D2. This is the third diode D3. And this is the fourth diode D4. And this across this is the input voltage. We name it VI. So this is the full wave bridge rectifier circuit diagram. The bridge rectifier uses four diodes which are connected across the secondary of the transformer. Bridge rectifier avoids the need of a center tape transformer. So when the full wave bridge rectifier for positive half cycle, let us draw for the positive half cycle. There will be two half cycle, one will be positive, another will be negative. Is it clear everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is for the positive half cycle. I am drawing the circuit figure. This is the AC mains. Two 20 volt and 50 hertz. Next, okay, so this is for the positive half circle. I'm drawing the figure. Okay, so this is the diode. This is another diode. This is another. And this is another. So this is the load resistance. So this diode is D1, this is D2, this is D3, and this is D4. V0 RL. This is minus, this is plus. So the current flow will be from this side, then it will go to this side. So this is the full wave bridge rectifier for positive half cycle. Positive half cycle. So what happens when the positive half cycle? During positive half cycles, the polarity of the voltage across the secondary is shown. According to the polarity of the voltage V1, this will be the V1. Where is the black color? Black color is here. So this will be V1. This is positive. This is negative. So during The polarity of the voltage Vi for positive half cycles, the diode D2 and D2, D2 and D4. That means this one, D2 and D4. So these two diodes are forward bias and they conduct. Therefore, the direction of the current will be shown as per the figure. So this is the direction of the current. The output voltage V0 developed across the load resistance RL. So output voltage V0 is developed across the load resistance RL. Now, for the negative half cycle, what will happen? Let us draw for the negative half cycle. I am drawing for negative half cycle. So these are the diodes. First diode is G1. This is the first diode. This is the second diode D2. This is the third diode D3. And this is the fourth diode D4. This is the resistance RL. So this is the minus V0. This is the plus. This is the transformer. This is the AC mains. $220 and 50 hertz. Okay, this is the VI input voltage. This is the minus. This is the plus. So this is for negative half cycle. This is for negative half cycle. So this is diode D1, this is diode D2, this is diode D3, and this is diode D4. And the current is flowing from which direction? Anybody?
Clockwise.
Yes, from this side. This is the current flowing conditions. So according to the polarity of the voltage of the negative half cycle, the diode D1 and D3 are forward biased and they conduct, and diode D2 and D4 are reverse biased. So here in this case, the diode D1 and D3 are conducting mode. D1 and D3 are in conducting mode. And D2 and D4 are reverse bias and they do not conduct. The direction of the current will be shown in the figure. The polarity output voltage is same as that for the positive half cycle. So now we will illustrate the input and output waveform for a full wave bridge rectifier. So this is the input voltage Vi. This is maximum voltage Vm. This is 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi. So like this it will goes on. So this is the input voltage. What will be the output voltage? Sorry. this is Vm, this is V0 output voltage. Okay, this is 0, this is pi, this is 2 pi, this is 3 pi, this is 4 pi. So this is the input and output waveform for a full wave bridge rectifier. So thus from the above, it is clear that full wave bridge rectifier, a fluctuating unidirectional output voltage is developed across the load continuously. Understand? Everybody? Hello? समझ में आया सभी को?
Yes, sir.
So this is the full wave bridge rectifier. Now peak inverse voltage for a diode in full wave bridge rectifier. So what will be the peak inverse voltage? So let us draw the full wave bridge rectifier again. Enormous time you have to draw this full wave bridge rectifier whenever you connect it. So this is the bridge rectifier. These are the diodes. Four diodes are there. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Four diodes are there. This is the load resistance. This point name as R. This point name as Q. This point name as P. And this point name as S. This is the diode D1. This is the diode D2. This is the diode D3. And this is the diode D4. Okay. So this is the input voltage across this. Let us name it Vm. This is plus, this is minus. So this figure today is 5th. 2. So you can see this figure shows you what? This figure shows you that this is a circuit diagram of a full wave bridge rectifier at the instant when the secondary voltage reaches its positive peak value. That means peak value, this is the circuit diagram of a full wave bridge rectifier at the instant when the secondary voltage reaches its positive peak value, that is Vm. So diodes D1 and D3 are not conducting, whereas diodes D2 and D4 are conducting. So D2 and D4, these two diodes are conducting at this time when it reaches the peak value. The voltage drops across D2 and D4 may be assumed as zero, as diodes D2 and D4 have almost zero resistance because they are in forward bias. Hence, points P and Q are at the same potential, and also points R and S are at the same potential. So R and P and Q at the same potential, P and Q and R and S. These are in same potential. The total voltage Vm across the secondary winding approach across the load resistor RL. The total voltage Vm across the secondary winding approach across the load resistance RL. The reverse voltage across the non-conducting diode D1 or D3 is also Vm. So therefore I can write therefore what we can write therefore we can write PIV equals to V of M. Understand?
Yes, sir.
Understand? Okay. So what is the advantages and disadvantages of a bridge rectifier over center tap rectifier? This is very important. What is the advantages and disadvantages of a bridge rectifier over center tap rectifier? This will come into the examination. What it will come? No, what is the sorry, very sorry.
सर अगर हम लोग इनपुट वोल्टेज में अगर डीसी वोल्टेज लगाते तो क्या होगा सर?
इनपुट वोल्टेज में डीसी वोल्टेज लगाएंगे तो हम रेक्टिफायर क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं? रेक्टिफायर का काम क्या है? रेक्टिफायर का काम है एसी को डीसी में कन्वर्ट करने। तो अगर डीसी वोल्टेज ही है मेरे पास तो रेक्टिफायर क्यों यूज करेंगे? कुछ और यूज करेंगे। So advantages and disadvantages of a bridge rectifier over center tap rectifier. So this point is very much important.
तो सर ग्राफ में क्या है? ग्राफ में
क्या बोल रहे हो समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं। मेरा काम है एसी से डीसी करने के लिए मुझे रेक्टिफायर यूज करना है, तो मैं क्यों वहां पर डीसी वोल्टेज सप्लाई करूंगा इसका बात बताओ तुम मुझे ये पहले
रेक्टिफायर तो है कि रेक्टिफायर का यूज ही होता है एसी के लिए डीसी, लेकिन अगर हम डीसी यूज करेंगे तो वहां पे ग्राफ में क्या आएगा सर, वो सिर्फ पूछ रहे हैं।
तुम जो पूछ रहे हो उसका सवाल का अर्थ मुझे मालूम नहीं हो रहा है। अगर मैं एसी से डीसी बनाने के लिए रेक्टिफायर यूज करेंगे तो हम क्यों इनपुट में डीसी सिग्नल देंगे, इसका पहले कारण बताओ। कुछ भी मतलब मेरा एक चीज बना है एसी से डीसी बनाने के लिए, तो मैं कुछ भी एक्सपेरिमेंट करूंगा इसीलिए डीसी वोल्टेज दे दूंगा। अगर काम का चीज है तो करो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, पर काम का चीज नहीं है तो तुम क्यों करोगे? तुम तो एसी से डीसी बनाने के लिए एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट बना चुके हो, तो वहां पर अगर तुम डीसी वोल्टेज देंगे, चलो देखते हैं कैसा डीसी वोल्टेज दे रहे, ये क्या मतलब खेल चल रहा है। मुझे मालूम नहीं। अगर इसका कोई जरूरत है कि हाँ तुम डीसी वोल्टेज देकर देखो कि रेक्टिफायर का आउटपुट में क्या काम हो रहा है, ये वो हो सकता है। पर मेरा बात यह है कि जो चीज बनाया है मुझे एसी से डीसी बनाने के लिए, उसमें क्यों डीसी सप्लाई देंगे हम? पहले ये बात तुम मुझे समझाओ, फिर मैं उसका वेबफॉर्म में क्या आएगा वो तो बात का बात है। जो चीज मैं बना रहा हूं एसी से डीसी बनाने के लिए, उसमें क्यों तुम डीसी सप्लाई दोगे? एक्सपेरिमेंट करना है तो कुछ नया चीज सोचो ना। ये एक्सपेरिमेंट क्यों करोगे? तुम बना रहे हो डीसी एसी से डीसी सप्लाई बनाने के लिए एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट, तुम वहां पर डीसी फिर से क्यों इनपुट दोगे? So advantages and disadvantages of bridge rectifier over center tap rectifier. This is a very important portion. A full wave bridge rectifier is the most widely used full wave rectifier. It is preferred over center tap full wave rectifier because it has certain advantages over it. So which is more advantageous? The bridge rectifier is advantageous. So it is more advantageous than center tap full wave rectifier. So that's why we will sometimes use it. So what are the advantages? The first advantages is that bridge rectifier does not require center tap secondary winding. So in a center tap rectifier, we need a center tap secondary winding. So in the case of bridge rectifier, we does not need that. Next, for the bridge rectifier, the transformer is less costly because it is required to provide only half the voltage of an equivalent center tap transformer used in a full wave rectifier circuit. That means it means that for a center tap rectifier, the transformer secondary must have double the number of turns. So number of turns or coils are increased. So the transformer price is also increased. So that's a problem. Number three, the diode in a bridge rectifier is required to have peak inverse rating only for only VM. But each of the two diodes in a center tap rectifier must have a peak inverse rating of 2 VM. Therefore, the diodes used in the center tap rectifier are costlier than those we used in a bridge rectifier. If we use a diode which has a peak inverse rating more than the first one, then that will be more costly. So in a center tap rectifier, what we have, the peak inverse rating is 2 of VM. And here the peak inverse rating is only VM. So it is double. So that's why what will happen? The diodes used in the center tap rectifier are more costlier than that used in the bridge rectifier. So bridge rectifier is lesser costly than the full wave rectifier or center tap full wave rectifier. Now what is the disadvantage? Big rectifier is that it needs 4 diodes. So in center tap rectifiers there are only 2 diodes, but here it is 4 diodes. So 2 diodes out of 4 operate in alternate half cycles. When low DC voltage are required, there can be a problem. That for low output DC voltage, the secondary voltage should be low and the diode drops 1.4 volt for silicon and 0.6 volt for germanium diode becomes important. Because of this reason, for low voltage application, the center tap rectifier are preferred. So understand what is the disadvantage? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if we write down the advantages, what are the advantages? Number one, in short everything does not require center tapped secondary winding. Number two, transformer less costly. Number three, diode less costly. And disadvantages. Needs for diode. And not very suitable for low voltage applications. Okay, so no problem. Okay, did I explain you average DC values of output voltage and load current for full wave rectifier? Excuse me, are you there? आप लोगों को एवरेज डीसी वैल्यू के बारे में बताया था? हेलो। कोई नहीं है क्या? हाँ, बस डीसी वैल्यू एंड लोड करंट के बारे में बताया था आप लोग। हेलो, आर यू देयर? नोबडी इज रेस्पॉन्डिंग।
यस सर, यस सर।
हाँ, मैंने बोला कि एवरेज डीसी वैल्यूज ऑफ आउटपुट वोल्टेज एंड लोड करंट फॉर ए फुल वेव रेक्टिफायर के बारे में हम लोग नहीं बताए थे। हम लोग सिर्फ बताए थे एवरेज डीसी वैल्यूज ऑफ आउटपुट वोल्टेज एंड लोड करंट फॉर ए हाफ वेव रेक्टिफायर की बातें बारे में बात किए थे।
यस सर।
हाँ, तो आज हम लोग बोलेंगे थोड़ा average or DC values of output voltage and load current for a full wave rectifier. Average or DC values of output voltage and load current for a full wave rectifier. So if I draw the output voltage waveform for a full wave rectifier, you will see that this is this is the x-axis. So this is 0, this is pi, this is 2 pi, this is 3 pi, this is 4 pi, this is 5 pi. This is omega t. This is Vm. And this is the DC voltage. If I cross the peak, this is our DC voltage. So this is VDC. And this is the output voltage V0. Sorry. So this is the output waveform of a full wave rectifier. Anybody any problem with this? Anybody any problem? Anybody any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. So mathematically, the output voltage may be expressed as V0 equals to Vm sine of omega t for 0 lesser than equals to omega t lesser than equals to pi, or can be written as minus Vm sine of omega t for pi lesser than equals to omega t, which is lesser than equals to 2 pi. So we can write this. Here minus sign indicates that during the second half cycle, the sine wave is inverted. The sine wave is inverted. So average V of average, AVG, sorry, V of average, that is equals to V of DC, that is equals to area under the curve over the full cycle, over the full cycle by base. But area equals to integration 0 to 2 pi V0 dot d of omega t. That can be written as area equals to integration 0 to pi V0 dot d of omega t plus integration pi to 2 pi V0 dot d of omega t. So let us use this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2, and this is equation number 3. So using equation 1, we get, what do we get? Area equals to integration 0 to pi Vm sine of omega t into d of omega t plus integration pi to 2 pi minus Vm sine of omega t dot d of omega t. So that is equals to minus Vm cos of omega t plus Vm cos of omega t, and this is the period from pi to 2 pi, or the limit is from pi to 2 pi. So we can write or area equals to Vm minus cos of pi plus cos of 0 plus cos of 2 pi minus cos of pi. That means I am putting the limit into Vm. So that is equals to what? Vm into 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. So or area can be written as 4 of Vm. Now now using equation 2 we can write what we can write? V of dc equals to area by base, that is equals to 2 Vm, sorry, 4 Vm by 2 pi that is 2 Vm by pi, that is equals to 0.636 Vm. Hence, the DC value of the output voltage for a full wave rectifier is 63.6% of the maximum AC input voltage. So here we can write the comment. What comment we can write? We can write the comment. Hence, the DC value of output voltage for a full wave rectifier is 63.6% of the maximum AC input voltage. So the value is twice of that of the half wave rectifier. The value is twice than that of a half wave rectifier. So average DC value of load current, what will we get? So average DC value, average or DC value of load current is what? I of DC equals to VDC by load resistance RL, that is equals to 2 Vm by pi into RL, that is equals to 2 Im by pi. Why? Because Vm by RL equals to Im, as because Vm by RL equals to Im. So that gives us what? I of DC equals to 0.636 Im. So there is a note for this. What is the note? That the diodes for above calculation the diodes has been assumed as ideals. the diodes has been assumed ideal. Simplicity. So this is the average or DC values of output voltage and load current for a full wave rectifier. Okay, understand?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
अब जो दूसरा चीज है वो है आपका रिपल फैक्टर. of full wave rectifier. So now we will discuss about the ripple factor for full wave rectifier. So हाफ वेव रेक्टिफायर फैक्टर के रिपल फैक्टर मैंने कैलकुलेट कर लिया था. अब फुल वेव रेक्टिफायर के लिए रिपल फैक्टर हम लोग कैलकुलेट करेंगे. R इक्वल्स टू रूट ओवर ऑफ I RMS by IDC whole square minus 1. But for full wave rectifier, we know that IDC equals to 2 of Im by pi, and also I of RMS equals to RMS value of the load current. Now also we know RMS can be expressed as I of RMS equals to root over of 1 by pi integration 0 to pi I square L into WT, as because input load is equal to Im sine omega t for omega t lies between 0 and pi. So I can write I of RMS equals to root over of 1 by pi integration 0 to pi I square m sine square Wt into d equals to root over of I square m by pi integration 0 to pi half of 1 minus cos of 2 omega t into d omega t. Sorry, I of RMS equals to root over of I square by pi I square m by pi into, if I do the common, Wt by 2 minus sine 2 omega t by 4, and the upper limit is 0 to pi. Sorry, the limit is 0 to pi. That will give us root over of I square m by pi into pi by 2. So pi get cancels and I get I of m, I square is there, so root over is that I m by root 2. Now substituting we get R equals to root over of I RMS by IDC whole square minus 1, that is equals to root over of Im by root 2 by 2 of Im by pi. This is whole square minus 1, that is equals to Im into pi by 2.21 m minus 1. That gives you root over of pi square by 8 minus 1. That is equal to nothing but 0.482. So from this we can give the statement that it is clear that the ripple factor of a full wave rectifier is 0.482, which is smaller than that of a half wave rectifier. Okay, so this is the ripple factor of a full wave rectifier. We have already done the efficiency of a rectifier. Next day we will define transformer utilization factor, and I will deduct the transformer utilization factor for a full wave rectifier. So anybody any problem up to this? We have already completed this full wave and half wave rectifier. So anybody any problem?
No problem, sir.
So this deduction will be very important for your exam purpose. This will come sometimes. The deduction will come to exam. You have to get practice of doing or making the circuit diagram of a full wave and half wave rectifier all the time, because that will be helpful for you. So I think nobody has no question till this part. Anybody has any question, you can ask. Any doubt? Okay, so nobody has question. So we are ending today's class because we have already been in time. Anybody any question again? I am asking. Any doubt?
No, sir.
So nobody has no question and no doubt. So up to this clear everybody? Okay. So thank you for joining the class. I'm ending the class.